Alright, so I'm going to be opening up this DELL Inspiron model 5570. So first you're going to need a a Phillips or a JAS, PH or JAS 1 screwdriver. Okay, so get the screwdriver, and then we're going to remove all the screws from the bottom. So there's 1, 2, 3. I think these screws at the top stay in place because you can see they're just staying in there. Alright, 4. And you want to keep these screws in order because they are different size, shapes, and lengths. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, so the 3 screws towards the back near the hinge, they stay in place. So you don't need to pull those out. They actually are designed to stay there like that. Alright, so once you undo all the screws, what you want to do is open up the computer slightly so that you can see the little gap here. What I do is I get my fingernails in there. You can use pry tools, but I find the easiest way is you get your fingernails in there and then take your thumbs on the back and pull with your fingers while you push with your thumbs, just like this. All right, and you just go all the way around, just like that. All right, you can rotate it. If you want, you can close the screen as long as you can get your fingers or your pry tools in the gap there, just like that. Continue going around. All right, same thing with this side. We're just gonna pop this up. Okay, just like this. Okay. All right, so there we go. Just like that. Now that you got the whole front part up, the back you kind of just like work it by wiggling this. All right, just like this. All right, and there we go. So we got the bottom cover off. You can see. Right, if you want, you can clean the dust out. This one just has a hard drive issue, so we're just replacing the hard drive with an SSD, and then we're gonna reinstall Windows on it. So I'm not gonna show the Windows reinstallation process. You basically just make a bootable Windows 10 USB, and then you can install Windows using that. If you need that video, just let me know. I think I might have one, at least one that will kind of help you with that. So I'm just cleaning out the dust from the fan right now. Alright, so there we go. So here you can see there's actually 2 slots for RAM in this laptop. So if you wanted, you can add another stick. And this is an 8 gig PC4 2400T stick of RAM. So if you want, you can get another 8 gig PC4 2400T stick of RAM. You want to check your stick of RAM though, because sometimes customers, they'll change their memory already, and I wouldn't know if they did that or not. So make sure check yours to see if it matches. You can also get 2 16 gig sticks or 2 8 gig, or yeah, I don't know if they make 32 gig sticks for this, but anyways, you can upgrade this with another stick. You got the battery here. It's very easy to remove. You just grab the wings and you kind of just wiggle it to pull it back. I don't need to change that, so I'm going to leave it alone. Then you got a M.2 SSD slot here. It doesn't say if it supports PCIe, NVMe, but usually these slots will for sure support the M.2 SATA. So if you're not sure, you might want to Google that to see, depending on your model, if it will support it or not. Or if you have a good return policy, you can try it and then see if it'll work. Got the wireless card here, 1 screw. You can take this little plastic cover, slide this cover off, and then you can pop up those antennas. Keyboard connector here, keyboard backlight connector here. This looks like the trackpad connector. This looks like the hard drive connector. Then you got this connector here for this USB board and the CMOS battery. I've opened several of these DELL models. They look very similar inside. The ones I've been opening, they didn't have the hard drive, but they did have this hard drive caddy. So I guess now you get to see how to replace the hard drive. All right, so very simple. Just remove the 4 screws holding this caddy in place. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you got those two little screws there, and then there's two screws over here. Alright, now that we got those out, we can lift this hard drive caddy up. Just get underneath the metal part. If it's hard to get to, like it's a little bit difficult for me to get to, what I like to do is I'll take a T8 screwdriver and I'll just use the screw hole here, and then you can use that to kind of pry it and rotate it up. Alright, you want to be careful because this cable for the hard drive connector does run underneath the battery. So we are going to just pop this out. You want to be careful. This cover, if you can see, the black part comes away from that. So what you want to do is you actually want to pry at this spot here. You can use plastic pry tools. Again, I just use my fingernails, so as you can see, pops out just like that. And there we go. This is the hard drive. So this is a 1 terabyte spinning disk drive. And a lot of times these drives, they fail pretty easily because people like to shake around their laptops a lot, carry it around, throw it around. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna take the 4 screws out from the hard drive. Just remove those. Alright, pretty simple. Once you get those 4 screws out, just flip it over, push the drive through. Okay, just like this. Grab the other one, make sure that the connectors are the same way. Set that hard drive aside, slide the SSD in, or the hard drive. Okay, and then we'll just put back these 4 screws. You want to put them in loosely first to make sure everything lines up properly. And once you get all 4 screws in, you can tighten them down all the way. There we go. Get that lined up again. And then we're going to want to push this connector back on. Just like that. And that's how you change the hard drive to an SSD. Again, if you are doing this and you want to upgrade from a hard drive, you'll want to clone your hard drive to the SSD first. And if you're just installing Windows from scratch, then it's fine if you replace it before you copy everything over. I'm not sure what this tiny little cable is for because the battery's covering it, I think. So I'll have to check. I don't want to do a complete disassembly because there are risks involved taking things apart further than I need to. So we'll see. There is the fan connector here. If you want to replace the fan, it looks like just 3 screws are holding it in place. So if your fan is making noises or anything, you can do that. And then let's see, we got the charge port here. So if you need to replace the charge port, the connector is right, oops, sorry. You got the charge port connector here, all right, right up here. It goes underneath, under this board, or the hinge, So if you want to replace the charge port, you do have to take out these screws, and then you can lift the hinge up slightly and pull that out. So you go, you got the power button connector here. I'm going to open up this slowly just to see what's underneath. Yeah, I don't remember what that small cable was for, but again, I don't want to pull it out and pull things out and then risk damaging the computer. What else? I think that's pretty much it. There's the LCD or LVDS connector here. If you do mess with this, make sure you disconnect the battery and press and hold the power button for 10 to 15 seconds before you do that, because you can risk damaging the motherboard or the cable or the screen or all 3. So very important, if you mess with this cable, that you disconnect the battery first. Same thing if you're messing with the screen from the other side. Alright, so that's pretty much all there is to it. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, please like and subscribe, help others find my videos. Thank you for watching. We're just going to put the cover back together now. Alright, just get everything back in place. Sorry, zooming too much. Alright, just pop everything back together. When you go and snap the covers back together, you kind of want to open it up and then squeeze it by hand like this. Okay. Because if you squeeze from the screen layer, you can actually risk damaging the screen. So it's better to do it this way. Man, this computer's so dusty. All right. Okay, so just like that. And then we just put back the 10 screws. All right. And that's pretty much it. So again, hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, like and subscribe. Help others find my videos. You're welcome to stay while I put back the rest of the screws, but that's pretty much the end of this video. Alright, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.